Hello everybody! Welcome to round 5 of the Paddock Sim Racing's GT3 Pro Series. I'm your host, TPSR Weasel, and we are playing in the rain this weekend. As you can see, as we're riding on board with SPS Stall, going through free practice. Sorry for the delay, everybody. Technical difficulties with the server. And then technical difficulties with getting the stream live. So, thank you for bearing with us, and everything should be right as rain, as they say. Get it? 'Cause it's raining. Alright, so just a few minutes left here in the session. We're not going to have a lot of drivers. A few of them had to back out at the last minute. So, we're going to suffer through I believe 2 hours of Paul Ricard in the wet and going into the night. This is probably going to be one of the most challenging, if not the most challenging races of the series. So I'm really looking forward to the frustration and the challenges that everybody is going to have this weekend. Pull up my chat on my other device here. Oh my goodness, I'm doubled. There we go. Perfect. Hello, everybody. See a few out there on track already. It's going to be very peculiar because tire temps and track temps have varied quite a bit just due to the weather. As you can see, it's 10 degrees Celsius up there on the top side of your screen. So very cold track, very wet track. There's a bunch of puddles here on this track towards the end of the final sector that make they're like medium speed corners. Very challenging to get right lap after lap. So as we're about to move on into qualifying, I don't even know where to expect lap times to be. I haven't had a lot of track time myself. Elzebor the first to have a full clean lap here in free practice. A few of them left out on track. Ziki coming through. Is it Ziki? Yes. Onto the back straight. I believe the longest straight of any of the Grand Prix tracks here in Asseto Corsa. A few of the other guys, probably one of the faster of the cars this weekend, LMR Top Secret in the Porsche. For whatever reason, the Porsches love the rain. As long as you can keep the nose of that car down and good to go. Go. See how dark it actually is out there for qualifying. We're right on board with Top Secret as he looks like he might be. Nope, definitely not the first to leave. I believe that was Stall. Camera's broken! There we go. A little bit of figuring out and we're good to go. Alright. Tonight, already see the rotor starting to glow on a few of these cars out here. Gotta heat them up quick. Dragging the brake on the first couple laps out definitely seems to help see the pads a little bit easier in the cold conditions, as well as keep the tire temps up on this incredibly long back straight where the tire temps and the brake temps seem to plummet by the end. And you really need those brakes through that right-hander into the carousel. which is a closing apex through that corner. Very tricky and challenging. You want to stay outside as long as possible and then come right back in on the apex. Right where these guys are going right now. Jump on the board. Pull up the point standings. It's LMR top secret. Just takes points lead away from SPS Stall, who has been leading the entire season up until now. So it's fascinating to see where the balance is going to be after this race. 12 minutes still on the clock. Big Bentley's got a lot of weight to throw around, which definitely helps here in the wet conditions. Mercedes just behind him, which I believe is Arish. I haven't driven the Mercedes in the rain, so I'm not entirely sure how well that one's gonna do. But I presume it being a very overall comfortable car should be pretty good here. Arish, a very fast driver. Got a lot of fast guys here. Ferrari definitely going to be on ice in the early parts of the tire stints, as well as the Audis. The Audis definitely seem to be struggling a little bit trying to get the tires comfortable here this weekend. Yes. And while we're waiting for lap times to come in, which they will here in just a second, go over a few things with you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that little red button down there. Once we hit 100 subscribers in the Paddock Sim Racing's YouTube channel, I, your host, TPSR Weasel, will be doing 100 laps to celebrate at Spa in the Porsche GT3 car. So that should be a lot of fun. And we are doing a Sunday series. The Porsche GT3 Cup series starts tomorrow at Nürburgring GP circuit. Quick 35-minute sprint race for each event. So it's going to be just a handful of races in that season. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you've driven the Porsche, I highly recommend it. Starting about the same start time as Saturday's event, just one day later. Head over to our Discord group to register for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I will actually be participating in the race. Big slide there from Elzebor. Quick hands to keep it from looping. Nicely done. 203 so far from the top guys. 203.5. 203.6, I believe, here from Stall. Alexis very quick in sector 2. Nearly a 10th over the next fastest. As Medication definitely tops that one very quickly. 203.6. A bunch of 204s and 205s. Plenty of time to run some laps for all of these guys, so we'll see what happens. So we hop on board the Helicam. I did bump up car audio, so you guys should be able to hear it a little bit better. Let me bump it up just a little bit more. You're not going to be able to hear the cars very well in Helicam, but once we go back to Spectator Cam, you should be able to hear it a little bit better. And if I'm too loud or too quiet, let me know in chat. I am keeping an eye on chat. Have it right here in front of me. seems like we're still missing a few drivers so far. We'll see what happens. Oh, that's trippy, isn't it? Yeah. Do have some car changes here this weekend while we're on board with Black ZR1. Black ZR1 and I believe... Oh, he goes super wide, super late into the braking zone there. I believe Black ZR1 and his teammate are switching from... I think it was the McLarens to the Aston Martin. So they're going from one Brit manufacturer to the other here in round 5. You can change cars only once, and your teammate has to do the same. They elected to do so. Was very comfortable in the Aston Martin last season, in testing. See what he does here this weekend. It's going to be a very long race. Doggy Hat jumping up to second place, right behind SPS Stall. Just ran a 2:03.0 in the Bentley. Not a track that's typically ran at night, other than the crazy. Top secret on and off lap. Car behind to go. That so not unless there's a 24-hour race here. Really not ran at night. Wee hours. It's typically a testing facility. A lot of runoff here, so we thought it would be a good opportunity to push the weather mechanics here to make it night very, very wet for this race. So 2 hours of pure chaos in racing. A lot of drivers complaining about the lake that forms right there where these guys just drove through into the second to last corner. And as well as not being able to see out their mirrors from the in-car cam. Perks of the rooster tails of wet weather racing. Hunter Fox also back with us this weekend in the Honda. Love to see the Hondas out on track. Pretty quick car through the twisty stuff, so we'll see how they fare on the back straight. Got pretty good balance to that mid-engine car. A little bit more comfortable to drive than I believe the Ferrari. Ferrari does have the top end speed for that back straight. Real changes at the top of the grid so far. SPS Stall, Doggy Hat, and Top Secret are your top 3 at the moment. Arish and Black ZR1 just a little bit further back. And remember, this is a very long race here this weekend, 2 hours in length. So, pole position or a high grid position not really going to affect the overall outcome. Probably see several incidences or a spun car here or there. So consistency. We always say consistency is going to be a massive factor here this weekend. Smooth hands in and out, as well as throttle control coming in and out of these corners. Long sweepers. A lot of focus needed. You do get a little bit of a break on that back straight, but your hands are going to be moving for the rest of the lap, that is for sure. and get faster at the camera changes for you guys, but Irish coming through to complete another lap, 4/10 off of top secret in that Mercedes. So that is some headlight glare. Look at that. Now it is a lot darker out on track than we see here on the cameras, especially in the driver's seat. This track is lit up fairly well. It's not like Nordschleife where you drive into the dark. You're in the dark for miles upon miles. Minutes left here to get that golden lap in. Pretty much just for bragging rights in these longer races. See several fast guys start to come through. TPSR drivers right next to each other. His Ferrari. On board with the other Ferrari, the 51 of Vinny. Several drivers in pit lane. Drew Fuzzball not running any laps, just chilling out in pit lane. Probably going to start from the back, run a safe, consistent opening. Be a wise strategy. Stay in the back and avoid any messes on the green flag. Oh, Arish jumps up to second, just ahead of Doggy Hat by 0.02 of a second. Still 4/10 behind Stahl in that Bentley. Very fast Bentley. Top secret. Car for incredible lap time. Still medicated with the fastest first sector. Second sector, sorry. That's get that final sector under control. Have a pretty good lap time. Qualifying is now over. SPS Stahl finishes his lap with a 2:02.8. An incredible lap time. Arish and Doggy Hat still out on track right now. Is Vinny also about to come through with his lap? His final go. Let's see if he can knock 4/10 off of his time and jump up on Hunter Fox in the Honda. Not quite. Doggy Hat with a little bit of improvement, but not enough to beat out Arish. Arish also improves, but still nearly just over half a second away from Stahl on pole. So right there is your grid order for tonight's race. We have a quick 5-minute intermission. Go grab a drink, a snack, and come on back for 2 hours of Paul Ricard in the rain. We're going to step away for a quick second. We'll go racing once we return. Alright, we're about to go green flag here. We got a few seconds left on the timer. As we're about to do our formation lap here. As you can see, the clouds started to part way between quali and race now, so track is dry, but it is still very, very green. Oh, we're gonna have to reset here. Okay, give me 1 second, guys, while we reset once again. Sometimes it do be like that. How is everybody doing this weekend? Yes? Good weekend so far. Had a pretty good weekend. Very busy weekend so far. Stay hydrated as well. Jump back in here real quick. All right. Let's go racing. These guys. Did it again. Okay, we're gonna have to reset once again. Because reasons. No. Game, please. Please. Let's try this again, shall we? Third time's the charm. Or so they say. Alright, they're starting to double up now as they're heading through the final sector. We're going to hang out on this view until race starts. Right now you got SPS stall out front, got Arish outside first row, Doggy Hat and Top Secret in the second row, Black CR1 and Medication Nation on the third row, TPSR Smokes and Elzebor fifth row. Next row is Hunter and Vinny. Got Zeke and PTG Onyx and Benster and Buzzball. That is your grid as we roll across the grid to the start finish line. Their green flag, and we are racing, everybody. Great run from the race leader so far to turn 1. Remember, brake early here, guys. As the Bentley gets the right away, as the Ferrari cuts the second corner to avoid any unnecessary damages. Oh, there's a fuzzball off in the back. Oh, a Bentley big curb hop goes flying off track. as they come through the first sector, timing and scoring. Top Secret with a great start. Moving up 2 positions over Doggy Hat and Arish. 0-1. Hot on the heels of that Ferrari, as is Smokes. They go through the sector on the back side of the track. This is going to change things up so far. Just move about. Ooh, Doggy Hat moving a little bit far on the outside of that corner. Nearly grabbing the back of the Aston Martin, heading into the brake zone there. Very close. Oh. Sorry, guys. That popped up. All right. Racing is too awesome. You get sidetracked by what's going on the other monitor. Great racing so far. 1 lap completed. Already starting to spread out quite a bit. Ooh, Aston Martin takes a little bit too early of a run through turn 1, catching a lot of air over the curbs. Track temps still very, very cold, as it is still set to rainy weather in the circuit. No rain. Just a green track. Smokes moving up several positions. Now Doggy Hat losing 2 positions to both Black ZR1 and Smokes. Has a very decent setup here on the right. All the speed of that Audi, for sure. Top 3 still pretty close together. Starting to pull away from the field ever so slightly. 3-second gap between Arish and Smokes at the moment. Quite a few drivers all the way back. Ziki way back here now. Very interested to see what happened. Fuzzball sideways right in front of him through the kink. Back on the road. Ziki very fast in that Lexus. Especially in the dry conditions. Black ZR1, 31 Aston Martin. Battle for second, still strong. Arish very quick in that Mercedes here. Let's see who's got the top end, even with Mercedes in the draft. Porsche has a lot of oomph. As soon as that air bubble becomes relevant, Mercedes sucks right up underneath the wing of that Porsche. Incredible. Very peculiar flow through this final sector here. Like a lot of late apexing. Very smooth corners. You can pick your line pretty well. Just finding the fast one is the issue. On tracks Thursday, find racing line. Just mix it up a little bit here. Great battle here for the championship points as well. As you can see, the top two in points are your top two drivers as well. Doggy Hat and Arish just behind in points as well. Missing quite a few of the mid-pack drivers here this weekend as well. Lobster missing this weekend as well as Triplowski. Ace. I believe we'll have plenty of incredible racing. In the 51 car, Vinny in pit lane. Looks like he will be lapped by race leaders as they come onto the front straight now. Sure. Wonder if we'll get rain towards the end of the session. Up on board Helicam real quick. Follow some of these guys around the track. Penny in and out of pits, completing his mandatory pit stop. There's no way he can go an hour and 50 minutes on fuel and tire. Actually here. Let's see what that strategy is. Maybe he had the wrong setup as well. Could have been. Proper tires, proper air pressures. Back out, ready to move. 47 car, the 30 car just jumping back to pits. 47 is Elzebor. Spun just outside the kink. There. Flow here. Nice line through there. Race leaders now about 10 seconds ahead of Doggy Cat. Prominent mark on front pack, mid pack, and the cabooses, including those that have already jumped in pits. a long back straight, as you can tell, as we're right on board. Not necessarily maxing out at top speed, but getting pretty close to stay out as far as you can for as long as you can, and then come back towards apex there. Beautiful line by the number 4 992 car. A lot sharper corner than it looks, that final corner there. More than 90-degree turn. Very tricky position here as well, as the racing line comes out into the pit exit line. So you got to keep your wits about you of who's in pits and where they're coming out at. It's Fuzzball about to leave pit lane, as he'll come out right behind Hunter. The driving nearby Hunter to stay to the left of the pit exit. Nice eyes, guys. On a drive-through penalty for Black ZR1 and the Aston Martin. Most likely for corner cutting there in the turn 3 or 4. Wide there a few times so far. Doggy hat, smokes, and medicated all together. TPSR Esport and TPSR Audi together on track. Sport just a few cars back. Trying to run down Hunter. Looks like Fuzzball off track, way off track, and up against the wall now. He'll come back to pits. Go back to Telecam. Great battle here between Audi versus Ferrari. Black 01 in for his drive-through penalty. Cleared the drive-through penalty for the 31 car. He was medicated. Looks to the outside of smokes there. Which of Ferrari and or Audi is fastest in a straight line. Money is on the Ferrari. He's very close. The draft is definitely helping for the third car in that row. tomorrow is the start of the Porsche GT3 Cup Series, Season 2. Registration is still open over on our Discord, link in the description for that. Should have a good run. Round 1 will be at Nürburgring GP. Fairly decent weather. A little hot. Decent weather. Smokes up on the inside of Doggy Hat, letting him run wide. Still door to door as they head through onto the back straight. Audi gets the lead out of this little group. Doggy Hat still trying to fight as they go about 3 wide now. Down this back straight. It is a Audi sandwich. Or a Ferrari sandwich? I guess it would be an Audi sandwich. Determined said sandwich by the contents inside. Ooh. That was, I believe, medicated crossing to the passenger side of Smokes. Just barely glancing him. He goes off track. Well, covered very nicely. Kind of upsetting medication in the process, so no real position changes, just gaps. Now open from all of them. While that's happening, LMR Top Secret starting to reel in the Bentley ever so slightly. Porsche, Mercedes. Top 3 cars so far this season. In pretty much every race. Throw in a Ferrari here and there. Oh yeah, and lobster. That is the makings of some great racing. About 20 minutes down, an hour to 41 to go. 9 laps completed by race leader. Don't blink now because before you know it, the race will be over. It's deceptively bumpy there in that little portion. Just before that second to last corner. Majority of these guys are going to be doing a 50-50 split. Nearly 2 full fuel tanks. Just be interesting to see when they come in. How close they are together when they get there. By the time they do come back in, I believe they'll be running back into lap traffic. Might I say that the opening laps of this race were incredibly clean for being a very green track. A couple cars off here and there, and whatever happened to poor Ziki, he's making up some serious ground seriously quick. Was all the way back to 14th at one point, now all the way up to 9th. Just 8 laps, 9 laps. Ferrari there, already a lap down to everybody. Making his pit stop already and fairly early. 3 laps in. Change tires. Probably got some fuel. Done what I typically usually do. Accidentally forget to change quality from race setup. Porsche now right up underneath the rear wing of the Bentley as they head through the first couple of corners. Something that Stahl did not want to see. These two have been going door to door all season long. Just 12 points separate them. Erish wanting to collect points as well as he's in a close battle with Doggy Hat. Trying to scrape the Porsche out of the aero bubble down this long back straight. From the left to the right, to the right, to the left side of the track they go. Back to the left for the apex, the racing line. So that Bentley does look a little bit faster on that back straight by itself. Well, the Porsche looking up to the inside line of the Bentley. They go door to door. Bentley does get the power down a little bit sooner, though. Heading into the second to last corner now. Porsche looking on the outside, trying to get that line across the straight. Trying to do an over-under here through the hairpin onto the front straight. It has the power just a little bit sooner than the Bentley. Comes across the line now. It is still Bentley as they cross the line by only 0.05 of a second. The power of that Bentley is just so immense, so brutal down these straights. But the 992 has the better of the braking into turn 1 and is now leading the race. Fantastic driving by both of these. Erish just back there saying, guys, more of that please so I can catch up. It was about 5 seconds, and I believe it's nearly 4. It looks like there's a Lexus PTG Onyx just ahead of race leaders here. They come on to the back straight. Great battle still going on between the TPSR guys. Smokes and Medicated finding their way onto the back straight as well. That is a very accurate description of what those guys do when they race with each other. Both Top Secret and Stahl. Premium drivers, that's for sure. And hello, Mr. Watts. How have you been? Trying to figure out which battle I want to watch. It's hard to pick. Do I want to watch the TPSR eSport drivers go at it? Or do we want to watch the front runners pounce on each other? Was about 12 seconds. We're now 9. Just a few laps ago. That second top secret got out front. Kind of put a bit of gap there between him and the Bentley. Elzebor in pit lane. Scheduled? Maybe, perhaps. Still only 30 minutes in. Not even 30 minutes into this race. Hunter literally out in no man's land. All by himself. For the Helicam. Heli yeah. Already back out. Not pick up tires or fuel. Or he might have gotten. The track is picking up pace. No longer a green track. Rubber's starting to actually seat on the racing line. ATG Onyx pulls off a little bit there. Almost too long. Elzebor just in front of the battle between Smokes and Medicated in his Audi. Just coming out of pit lane. Elzebor doing a great job of keeping his eye on these guys behind him and letting them go. Just over half an hour in, hour and a half to go. These guys are now starting to settle in start knocking some laps out. 15 laps down. 16 now. Onyx completing their mandatory stops. Not entirely sure PTG can go all the way to the end with a very conservative map. Do it. Fuel run. If he did. Spread out through the entirety of the track now. Only 14 drivers out there on track. Get quite lonely for all these guys. As quick as these front runners are going, they'll blast their way through a lot of these guys throughout the race. Incredibly quick pace that they're still maintaining here. Still kind of crazy to think that two of the top three top guys right now are on a controller, not a wheel. Crazy. Crazy, I tell you. Want a drive-through penalty for medicated. Who has gotten past Smokes. Smokes go back by. Presume he'll dive in the pits. As they come through pit lane now. So he does just that. Alright, we guys asked you, which is your favorite livery? Livery, A or B? You guys had picked B. You guys picked Lobsters 014 Ferrari. So now we ask you, drum roll please, which is your favorite livery out of the number 4 and the 51? That's GRT, Erish, and Vinny. Head over to the TPSR Discord to put your vote in there. Poll will be up all week long. We'll show you guys the results for next week. Just a cool little interactive thing for the drivers and the viewers. You think they could fit more lights on the front of that Audi? It's got 2 headlights, daytime running light, it's got fog lamps, and it has the endurance lamps. I think they could use more lights. Bright color scheme on that one. I also like this one, the Honda of Hunter. Won his livery pole just a few weeks ago. lot of the team cars not here this weekend. Hunter's teammate not here. Zeke's teammate not here this weekend. So Black CR1's teammate not here this weekend. Black CR1, as we talk about him, he goes flying off track. We gotta stop doing that. Seems like every time we do that, that happened. Don't do that. Hop aboard with medicated to 99, having to do a drive-through penalty, losing a lot of time to Smokes. He was battling with about the distance of the back straight. It's the time that he lost to Smokes. He's got Hunter in front of him. He lost 2 positions. They're coming into pit lane. It just shows you how spread out these guys are right now. It's a pretty big track, but it's not that big. As we're coming up to the hour 20 mark, where these guys could come into pit, do a full tank, and possibly start to make it to the end of the race. So we'll see what happens and see how far these guys can go. I know a lot of them did start with full tanks, plus the outlap. We'll see how far their calculations will take them, and when the pit crews will tell them to come in and pit. How cold the track is. Tire temps aren't too high. They're not really scrubbing too much, but you could be pushing too hard. Tires may not be a huge factor. So if you come in for fuel, you might as well come in for tires anyway. Taking quite a bit of fuel. Even spread across the top 3, about 3-second gap between our top secret, Stall, and Arish. Guys, it just feels like they're settling in cruise right now, midpoint of this race. 40 minutes gone, 20 laps completed. And the sun starting to head over the horizon. Track lights more prominent. Rotor glow definitely happening now through the heavier braking zones of the track. Headlights starting to shine across the track. It's about to get awesome. Chase the 992 around the final sector here. Also starting to reel in with Bentley just a little bit through that end of that first and second sector. Very interesting indeed. Maybe the tire pressures as we head into the night not really in favor for that Bentley. more so for the Porsche and the Mercedes. There's about a whole second difference now than it was last lap between these two. Bentley comes up to a lapped car, and that's a black ZR1 in the Aston Martin. So he'll definitely get to stay out of the way of those guys as they come through and onto the back straight. Looked like LMR Top Secret had to fight a little bit more to get around black ZR1. That time gap dropped a second between them as well. You almost want to run a little bit more aero than you think you would need to for this track, just for that kink. Want to top gear, drop one gear, dab the brakes, turn in, back on power. Very, very fast. Mercedes very close now to the Bentley as the Aston Martin goes flying off track once again for black ZR1. But he's doing it. New car, who dis? For a second gap. Fairly consistently at the moment. More for that fight that he had to do in the early stages of this race. I'm pretty sure he would be up there fighting with Doggy Hat Smokes for those positions at the moment. Doing an incredible job going back up through the field. Was 14th at the end of lap 1. Now all the way up to 8th, running a very consistent lap. Consistency is the key. Keep saying it. It's always true. The less time you're spending in pit lane and or facing the other direction, the more you'll find yourself coming back up through the ranks on track. A little bit up the road, not a whole lot, about 15-ish seconds away is Medication. If you oopsies himself, so as long as Zeke can keep the car underneath of him, run fairly quick and consistent laps, I believe he'll be back up there with Medication and Hunter fairly soon. Smokes and Doggy Hat running pretty good lap times themselves. Well, Arish back up underneath the wing of Stahl as Black ZR1 comes into pit lane. Just looks to the inside there through the stadium section. First of the hairpins, right up underneath the wing of that Bentley. Let's see what the draft will do for him. It definitely looked like the Mercedes had a better launch there as well. Look at the torque. Staying underneath the, right in the air pocket, jumps out. Got the bigger brakes. Who's even going to use them? Parrish definitely looks to the inside, was up to the quarter panel, and got the pass done through the kink. Very impressive. Good driving by both of them. That Mercedes definitely looks a lot faster as the sun goes down. That is something top secret. Would love to have right now is a buffer between him and Stahl. More point gap for the Drivers' Championship. Back through across the line. Opened up to about a second now. Great. Zeke, Medication, and Hunter all running very consistent lap times with one another. But it does look like Medicated is reeling in Hunter pretty ever so slightly, but he is doing it. I think over the last 5 laps, he's knocked about a second or two off of the gap between them. Endurance racing at its best. Not necessarily against the cars around you. There's not a lot of door-to-door action going on through the majority of the pack. But who can keep their car and their wits about them in these very tricky conditions? Still cold track temps. And the sun is pretty much now set out the backside of the track, so had enough time to know the layout of the track. Good work. About 11 minutes to the hour now. 25 laps down or completed. 5 laps in the book. Medicated knocking about 2 more seconds out of Hunter. At that pace, a few more laps now, and he'll be right up underneath the wing and squinting from the taillights of that Honda. very clean race so far, running pretty much parallel lap times to Ziki. A couple cars back now. Medicated, you can see in the back of the shot there. Definitely starting to catch this Honda now that he's got a rabbit to chase. Now about 3.5 seconds between them. Oh, as Hunter goes a little wide into turn 1, that's going to slow him down. Heading through the rest of the sector. That's something he didn't want. That's for sure. As we're approaching the hour mark. Probably run about 62-ish laps here. 3 maybe. Over the 2 hours. Smoke's looking up the inside line of the 13. The 13, I'm not even sure he saw him. Just checking the car to see if there's anything broken, it seems. The door panel hit there, but didn't look too painful. Assume the car is okay. Regardless, this is a driver that soldiers on, that's for sure. We're about 55 minutes into this race and still only 2 people hit. Start to see more people start to come into pit lane as we speak. Medicated comes into pit lane. The 99 Ferrari. Very decently long pit lane here. Come up to his pit box. Comes through to complete lap 28. Gap over second place right now. GRT Erish, 8.5 seconds. Another drive-through penalty for Black CR1 as well. He'll have to come in and clear it up in the next couple laps. Final sector. See the glow of the exhaust on the Porsche now. Very cool. Very cool indeed. In and out, having done his pit stop. Meanwhile, Ziki definitely hard charging now. Was about 20 seconds away from Hunter, now 16. race leaders. Comes in for his drive through this lap. Here. Black into pit lane. You stop, big tire. Some reason, penalty does not count as a pit stop and or your penalty. I do not know what it is in this game. Straight on through, no tires, so he's back out on track, right behind the 47 of Elzebor. Hunter comes in for his pit stop. About the hour mark. It'll be interesting to see when race leaders come in. As he takes to the pit wall and lets race leader go by. In pit lane from third, and Hunter also in pit lane. We already said that. Yes, we did. It's his pit box. Laps completed so far at the hour mark. So my prediction of 62 laps is looking fairly good. See some lap traffic, but Doggy Hat also in pit lane. As predicted, most of these guys doing a 50-50 for this race.
Through, not over yet.
Stall about 15 seconds back from top secret now. Very strange to see that from the top guys at the moment. Usually they're all like the top 3 or 4 within, I'd say, 5 seconds of each other. So I'm seeing 15. Very bizarre. This is a very odd track and or weather conditions. Stall will head. This does race leader. He's already in his pit box. He's taking that drinks bottle. Well, as I. Now the majority of the drivers have come into pit lane for their stops. Smokes and Zeke still needing to do theirs. Benster and Elzebor still needing to do theirs. Black Scar and Buzzball. Buzzball's back out on track. A little bit of brake. back from Elzebor. Box. Smokes all the way up to the third now. Right in front of what was overall race leader. If he comes through the timing and scoring in the end of this sector, he'll be scored race leader. There it is. 31 laps. Yes, sir, Smokes. As race leader, still needing to make his pit stop, as well as Ziki. It's Smokes, Top Secret, Erish, and Stall. Doggy Hat, top 5. Smokes will let Top Secret go through the kink. I would probably have done the same thing, because that Porsche is kind of scary in your rear. Not gonna lie. He hits pit lane. Spencer also in pit lane. Has done his pit stop. Just waiting on Fuzzball and Elzebor and the 74 of Smokes here to do their stop. Well, I'm not sure if Smokes got that slowed down in time. It's gonna be close, but I think he did. As he dives into pit lane from second. All will go through. Oh, he's going to come out fairly close to Doggy Hat. Have to see. Doggy Hat just now coming on to the front straight. And Smokes is still in his pit box, so this run is the teammate Elzebor also in pit lane. Pretty much everybody completing their official pit stop. I don't think anybody has done a split or off strategy stop. It's pretty much everybody doing a 50-50 run here for the 2 hours of Paul Ricard. Now we just run it till the end. 54 minutes and 45 seconds remain. So far, some great racing up front and in the mid-pack. Everybody is quite spread out at the moment. Elmar Top Secret and GRT Erish first and second now. It's about a 3.5 second difference between them. They come through to complete lap 33. And Stall just a little bit further back on track. But a great start to the race. Maintain the lead for several laps, and then Omar Top Secret capitalized on a great maneuver and kind of started to walk away just a little bit. Erish came in, fought a little bit, got a great pass on the Bentley. That's where we stand at the moment. Doggy Hat about a sector away from him now. About 30 seconds or so. drive-through penalty for the, no, it's, for PTG Onyx. That's his first drive-through, I believe. Race. The fourth one dished out today. One drive-through for medication, 2 for Black ZR1, and 1 for PTG Onyx in the Ferrari. Very wide open track, lots of runoff area, makes you very brave through a lot of these corners. I see it being more probable here than anywhere else to get track limitation drive-through penalties. It's just kind of the nature of the beast. No harm with a bunch of fouls. Not gonna get stuck in the kitty litter. That's for sure. It's already a few laps down. 2 race leaders. Cleared that drive-through penalty and is back underway. ZR1, who is his next grid competition. Venster about the same in front. We have a few drop races here this season just from the amount of tracks we'll be visiting. Our GT3 Pro Series, second season, by the way, of this here in Asseto Corsa. Our 4th season in a GT3 Pro Series format. The 2 in Forza Motorsport 7 before moving our entire program over to ACC, Xbox Edition. To check out some of those past events. Everything is cataloged up on our YouTube channel. Still some amazing racing that happened over there. It doesn't need what's going on here on your monitor and or phone at the moment. No change in temperatures from the beginning of the race, other than the track going from green state to fast. Now, we were predicted to have some heavy storms here this evening, but as you see, the clouds have become scarce in the sky, so no threat of rain for the remainder of the race. And we only have to do with the dark conditions out on track, which aren't really dark at all. This track is lit fairly well. You can see all of the lampposts through here. Right on board with the helicam. Fairly busy circuit here at Paul Ricard. A lot going on off track as well as on track. Quick little battle here going on at this end of the track, where pretty much everybody else is at the other end. 2-second difference between GRT Erish and Top Secret right now. They're coming up to more lap traffic as they just made their way past Hunter. 530's off at the kink. once again jumping back to pits. Car is not holding up very well through that one corner. Lights flashing on the Porsche to the Audi of Elsevier. Top Secret using all of the aero he can. There might have been a disconnect there from Fuzzball. Quick downshift, dive into the corner, and another downshift as well. Vinny with the 51 Ferrari, he dives into pit lane. Hop over to the 27 of Goggy Hat. Playing a violin because he is all by himself right now. Stahl still having to make a few passes on some lap traffic, losing some precious time to the overall leaders. Make his way past the 13 of Benster. The 243 of Hunter, CR1 with another drive-through penalty. That's number 3 for him, and that's 5 for the race so far. One with a splash and dash. Benster lets the Bentley go. Very safe place to pass. Some great heads-up driving by pretty much everybody throughout the entirety of the grid. Everybody does a great job of keeping their eye on the rear view mirror and who is coming through on track. And a couple door-to-door situations, but other than that, very clean drivers here in this series. A lot of respect given both ways. There are a lot of races this season and several drop races. So risking the car for, several bad races isn't really ideal. You want to keep a very consistent flow. 1 or 2 positions lost in a race isn't going to affect you, but crashing out in 2, 3, 4 races could affect a whole lot. I always tell people, drive the car as though you yourself are in it. You have to pay for it. That changes your mindset of racing. Cleared for Black 01. For 5th place, Smokes. Closest the 2 leaders have been to one another for about 10 laps now. carving through lap traffic now. He's making a move on Elzebor, his Audi. Look, 74 of smokes. Loops it coming onto the back side of the track, and that's Zeke right there behind him. Not really not a battle for overall position. I believe Zeke is a lap down. 74 Audi. About 40 minutes left here in round 5. Race seems to be going fairly quickly. As Erish knocks another half a second off of the race leader. 2 seconds from one another as they're about to come up to lap traffic themselves. Another fairly quick Ferrari and 2 fuzzball in his Mercedes. As they come through to complete lap 40 with 40 minutes to go. Haha. When did I hit that? I don't know when I hit that. Great. Watching Top Secret now start to reel in the 99 Ferrari. Race leader in 6th place right now. If the 99 has damages or what, but that Ferrari looking fairly slow. Heading on towards the end of that back straight. Top Secret and Erish making quick work of Ferrari, not losing any ground to one another. As SPS stall was about 15 or so seconds back, now down to 13. Kind of staying in that range from these two. Sneaking suspicion that stall will turn the jets on before too long. So now track goes from fast to optimum with still cold tire track temps. So spread out right now. It's definitely hard to keep track of where everybody is at. start to come together. Up here. What do you guys want better? You guys like helicam or do you guys like the TV cam? Let me know. The 99 hit with another drive-through penalty for track limits. That is the second time for that car. That would be the sixth. Sixth one so far this evening. Penalty dished out. Very common thing we've seen here at this track. I wonder if we'll see more or not. Battle here going on between Benster and PTG Onyx. 13, 1, 14. Oh, they got someone coming up behind them as well. Who is that? I believe that's Doggy Hat and his Ferrari. Oh, and the 27 car comes through. I don't know, it looked like the 13 car just checked up. I don't know if that was lag or if that was just, or what, but it definitely looked like the 27 car tapped the rear end of that 13 Ferrari. Didn't look like the 27 car lost any speed from it, so that might have been lag. I'm not entirely sure. Very suspicious. Kind of hard to determine such a thing from this angle, but great four-car battle here going on. Black CR1, Vinny, Elzabor, and I'm not really sure who's that up there. That's medicated up there just in front of these guys. And Hunter just up the road from them. Vinny walks past the Audi of Elzabor. That is a battle for position. Kind of let that one go. Very nice pass by the 51 car over Ellsworth there. Leaders like they spread out just a bit. Stahl and Erish running still parallel lap times. Not a lot has changed between them over the last 5 or 6 laps. I still can't get over how cool the exhaust is on those Porsche GT3 cars. Just make the whole back of the car glow. Another drive-through, but this one's for Doggy Hat. That's going to be huge. Let's see where Doggy Hat is compared to Smokes. Ooh, that's going to be very close. Very close indeed. It's going to come out either right in front or right at Smokes when he heads into pit lane. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Keep it clean, keep it fast. Smokes has Zeke right behind him, pushing him on. Both guys staying very fast and consistent themselves. Zeke got a little bit of trouble on lap 1. From 14th to 8th now. Hasn't been really able to climb up any further due to everybody being pretty consistent through the midpoint of this race. Now we only have 30 minutes to go. Very interesting indeed. Doggy Hat will stay out for another lap. I like the purple LED Ferrari as well. It's very nice. Integration check. So, after this race, we have 1.5 hours of Oulton Park. Going from a very, very wide open circuit to a very, very narrow circuit. So that is going to be very exciting. Can't wait for that match. For these guys, we should have a lot more drivers out on track as well. To see what will come of that mayhem. As Erish still about 2.5 seconds behind the Porsche of LMR Top Secret, who is still leading this race after making the move on SPS stall about lap 10, 13, somewhere about there. Been leading for quite a while now. Erish making the pass on Stall just several laps later. Now trying to run down the Top Secret Porsche. Doggy Hat comes into pit lane. We'll see where Smokes comes out at as he's coming through the kink, and now the carousel. It's Zeke still hot on his heels. another drive-through. That's number 4. Number 4 for Black CR1. That's 7 drive-through penalties in total this session. Oh, Doggy Hat comes out way ahead of Smokes. I thought he was going to take a lot longer through pit lane than he actually did. But that's going to go from 35 seconds to probably about 15 or so. A little more than 35. I'd say it was about 42-ish seconds between the two. Very quickly in this section here. Nimble section. You know, knocked it down to about 16 seconds. Very impressive. A lot of racing left to go with 26 seconds left on the clock. 47 laps completed by race leader. Now we're pretty close to my prediction of about 60 laps. What did I say? I said 62. Alright, so we're not going to make 62. We'll be fairly close. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for my perspective, TPSR Weasel's perspective of the Porsche GT3 Cup race. It's tomorrow at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A short free practice qualifying session and then a 35-minute sprint race at Nürburgring GP, round 1. 8. Head over to the Discord channel, link in the description below, to register and find out more details on that. Plenty of room and registration. Fun spec series to run. This will be our season 2 of it. It's pretty popular last time, running it parallel to this one. See how that works out. Get a different driver base, different race times. We'll see. We'll see. 51 and the 91 still together on track, not for position. With the final corner and down the front straight. Temperatures have dropped just a bit. 8 Celsius. A single centigrade. Ooh. Vinny coming in pretty hot there into turn 3. Oh, as we had a bit of a scuffle up here between Erish and I believe that's Elzebor in between them. No, it's not Elzebor. Who is this? Who is you? Zeke. That's Zeke. As Elmar Top Secret makes his way around Smokes, putting him down 2 laps now. It just shows you how quick the race leaders are moving here. That little wobble and or scuffle between Erish and Ziggy put Erish back about 2 seconds from Top Secret. Remember the battle between Smokes and Ziggy. Not a battle for position on track. That shouldn't be affecting the battle that's coming through. Looked like it had just a bit. Could have been driver error. We didn't get to spectate, so no speculation. Or all we have is speculation. Back to the 99 and 51. Ferrari's out on track, but separated by a lap difference. Medicated by 1 lap. Ahead of the 99 is Hunter Fox, which would be position for overall. With 21 minutes left in the session, coming down to a sprint race length. As you can see, it's clearly well into the night now. Was 16 seconds for Smokes and Doggy Hat. Now it jumped all the way back up to 1. Ferrari Doggy Hat definitely quicker than Smokes right now, but Smokes has been in a lot of lap traffic. And Doggy Hat still has yet to hit this traffic of the leaders coming through, so it could balance out as we come into the closing section of this race, but as it stands, Doggy Hat has plenty of room over fellow TPSR driver Smokes. Everybody pushing incredibly hard right now, with under 20 minutes to go here in the race. 51 laps. We might hit some laps. Oh, we're gonna do it! Do you believe in lap after lap? Really thirsty. I'm trying not to talk too much. My throat is killing me. All I've done is talk today. And this is not a talker. I want to do a 100-lap stream at Spa. Talk. Which we still have yet to decide whether or not if we're going to put that up as a group, not a group, but a open lobby for drivers to join me for my 100 laps at Spa. Which I think we will, but we have to hit that milestone of 100 subscribers on the YouTube channel for that to happen. I will plan that relatively shortly after. Which should be a lot of fun. I've been looking to do some pretty extensive enduro running as BTG Onyx comes into pit lane. Maybe have to do a splash and dash to the end. Damage is not entirely sure as he comes in and hits his pit box. The number 4 car comes past the Aston Martin of Black ZR1, several laps down, having issues earlier on in the race. No real change between the race leaders. Distances between them, so about 4-ish seconds between first and second, and about 17 between second and third. Eric Stahl. Bentley looked incredibly promising through qualifying in the wet. I believe he did most of his practice in the wet. And, a drive-through penalty for Stahl in the 617 machine. So he's going to have to do a drive-through penalty. I'm not entirely sure. But he should, yeah, he'll come out still in front of Doggy Hab. He's going to lose an immense amount of ground compared to the race leaders. Ooh, the 27 car almost loops it. Coming through the third sector there. I don't know any of these corners' names, but I haven't even tried. They're all incredibly difficult to pronounce. I am merely just a dumb American boy. No speak no. 15 minutes left on the clock with race leader completing 53 laps. It's got to be frustrating for Stahl. Having to run a very consistent race so far, about 20 seconds back from race leader. 15 minutes to go. And he'll probably lose about 30 seconds, about 20-25 seconds to the race leaders now. He'll still come out ahead of fourth, but it's just the notion of having to make that stop. Over Erish just a bit. About another second or so. Both of them are in very clean traffic, predictably for the rest of the race. What did we do? Yeah, we lost medicated. He does have some internet issues here and there. Unfortunate. I predicted that in some circumstances. I'm sure we'll talk about this one is. LMR Top Secret is just getting faster and faster and faster as the night goes on. And Porsche, there's still really no change from the beginning of the race. Out of 3. Track conditions have gone from green to optimum through the beginning portion of the race. likely the reason between the speed increases for these guys. It's a very big track, and we're missing about half the field this weekend. Making it pretty difficult attention span keeper for this race. These guys are truly soldiering on, that's for sure. Hunter, not for position, just getting his lap back from Hunter. Well, we had Danger being put down. Another lap from race leaders. Porsche's lights right there in the back. Screen, that image there. As Ellsborg comes into pit lane. What you doing in there, boy? What you doing in there? Do you need fuel to finish the race? Back. Having to do his drive-through penalty just a few laps ago. Just riding out remaining 10 minutes here. Round 5. Still incredible performance. Battling with Top Secret and Arish. These top guys are just insane. Insert alien emoji here, because that's what they are. Way too squeaky. Move just a little bit. Somebody choking and slamming a duck against the desk. Holy crap. I gotta get in your chair. Those battles to speak of. Everybody spread out at the moment. Vinny still out in front of Hunter Fox by about 2 seconds or so. Looks like they're coming up to the 13 of Benster. Back here in the final sector now. Just the 31 loops it. Yeah, Black Deer 1 loops it going through onto the hairpin. Oh, and another driving penalty for PTG Comics. This track is just so inviting to push the car too deep. I know those feels. Gotten pretty much everybody so far this race. Back to the front of the grid. Parrish lost a little bit of ground. About 6 seconds now. It was only 4 just 2 laps to go. Get that taken care of. About 3 laps or so remaining in the race. To 4. Lap. Both Hunter and Vinny making it through Benster. Drive-through cleared for the 114 car, and he's back out on track. Just in front of Vinny here, so we'll see some lap action for the end of the race. Vinny moving very quickly in his Ferrari. Here in the closing minutes of the race. Slowly pulling away from Hunter. Been very consistent himself. Nice clean pass by the race leader on the 99 machine. Or the 27 machine of Doggy Hat. Sorry. So many Ferraris, and they're all red. Why are they all red? Why is everything Ferrari red? My goodness. We're about 5 minutes to go to the end of the race. It's been an incredible 2 hours. There's a little bit of a buffer between the 992 and the number 4 car now, with Doggy Hat in between them. 4 minutes to go. Okay, right? The stall making its way around Black CR1 for the last time. Bentley. Two more laps to go, I believe. I've never been one for math, so you know. All the battles are first and second all the time. Battle between PTG, Onyx, and Benster still rages on. 2-second gap between them. back of leader comes across the line now. If he keeps up the pace, it'll be white flag next time by. These guys are probably running about sub 2 minutes. Oh, and now about 12 seconds. First and second place. It's interesting. Parrish. What happened? He was the first of the leaders to come into pit lane. About 2 seconds through the first sector. He might be running on fumes. We may just see a weird upset here. Parrish does need to come in for a splash. He might be able to do it and just come out in front of Stahl. Only just. And there will be one more lap. This is the last lap. Keep our eye on Parrish for one more lap. He is definitely slowing way down. Yeah, he's got to be fuel saving like crazy. Yeah, he's on and off the throttle very lightly. Timer has come down. White flag has flown for race leader. He comes onto the back straight for the last time. Oh no, this is going to be incredibly close. Race leader still full throttle. No issue there. Parrish fallen way back now. He's coasting down this back straight as Stahl just now about to come on to the back straight. About 20-second gap now between race leader and Parrish. We'll hop back up to the leader as he's about to come through the final corner, that hairpin, onto the front straight. And LMR Top Secret will take yet another victory here at TPSR GT3 Pro Series. Congratulations, Top Secret. Animal. But the story is a GRT Parrish in his Mercedes, coasting to the finish. Comes through the final corner. He'll push it as he is running on fumes. He's got to be out of gas. That's incredible. Smokes comes across the line in 5th, Doggy Hat in 4th. We'll come back and we'll ride on board. Zeke all the way up to 7th now. That's 3rd place of Stall. Comes through the final corner. He'll claim 3rd, final podium. Absolutely fantastic. As everyone comes around the corner, he'll claim 12th. That's Elzebor right behind him. Maybe 9th. Not bad, guys. About to come across the line himself in 8th. Hunter Fox, staying consistent from the beginning of the race, coming home in 6th. You can probably already hear Discord blasting off in the background. All right, and that is the race, everybody. That was fantastic. We were missing quite a few drivers this weekend, but having half of a grid still didn't really slow down the battles and competition that we saw all race long. We'll have official standings and race results for you guys probably coming Monday and or Tuesday. If you guys are wanting to participate in races or watch in-car cam, come back here tomorrow at about 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and join me, TPSR Weasel, in some Porsche Cup spec racing here on the Paddock Sim Racing channel. It's going to be a lot of fun. Look forward to it.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Alright guys, a few other things. Please subscribe to the channel. Head over to our Discord and join that channel as well. If you're looking for a esport team to kind of familiarize yourself with racing, or you just kind of want a relaxed environment with some clean and pretty fast racers, don't hesitate to at one of the admins over there on the Discord channel. We're looking to expand our team. It should be a lot of fun. We're going to try and do more and more events that aren't just TPSR hosted events. So look forward to that in the future. I don't think I have any other information about anything that's going on other than what I've already told you guys. Head over to the Discord and register for Porsche Cup. Do the poll for which is your favorite livery. If you want. Ask about the esport team. And look for any updates and information over on our social media page at Paddock_sim. And I have been your host, TPSR Weasel, and I will see you guys tomorrow for more racing. All right, bye everybody.